Put your faith in the light.
Hello guys, welcome to another one of my videos. This is Lightblade. Well, it's been a long time since my last upload, but I wanted to make this video because it's something I've been doing a lot and I wanted to help others do it. And this is gold making. So most people are making gold for the Brutosaur mount since it's kinda going away in Shadowlands. Although that's not my case, since I like to make gold mostly for WoW tokens and to buy stuff from the Blizzard store. So in this video I'll show you 5 easy ways that I make my gold to get my WoW tokens. So let's start this video and let's do it with number 5. Okay guys, so for number 5 we have 2 simple pet farms that you can do with all your characters. And the first one is here in Undisputed Waste, at the location where I am at the moment. You have to go into this cave and you have to look for a pool of green goo, and you have to summon a rare. This rare is named Mother Rosula. So Mother Rosula drops a pet that's named Rebellious Imp, and the Rebellious Imp sells for about 19k up to 50k depending on the server. So I normally sell these pretty fast. They sell in about 1 or 2 days. They are especially if you can actually get them to level 25. People normally buy them because they are really good PvP pets, and they are also kind of rare because it's only a 5% drop from this rare. So to summon this, the Mother Rosula, you see here it's dead, but you can summon it anyways. You have to get imp meat from the nearby imps, just killing them. So when you have 100 of these, you just click on the item, and it will make a Disgusting Feast. So you put the Disgusting Feast in front of this pool, and it will summon the rare. So you can kill this rare one time per character. And I recommend to use the Warframe if you have this from your Argus, the Argus ship, since it can just one-shot it, and it's pretty easy to kill. Since even level 120 characters can take a bit to kill this thing. It won't kill you, but it just takes a while. So you have to loot it, and sometimes it will give you the Rebellious Imp. So do this with all your characters, and you will probably get 1 a day depending on how many characters you are using. So let's go to the next pet farm. Okay guys, so for our next easy pet to farm, we have to go to Shadowmoon Valley in Warders of Draenor. So normally there's a rare that's called Demidos. It sometimes has a chance to be up, and this pet, the pet that this guy drops is the Serpent of Demidos. So this little guy. So this little guy sells for about 30 to 40k gold depending on the server, and it has really good moves. It helps a lot to people that are doing the battle pet dungeons, and it also sells pretty fast if you can get the pet and get it to 25. Although you can sell it at level 1, people will still buy it and just train it up themselves. So normally you will find the rare at the location that I am at the moment, but it seems that today the rare isn't up. So you can check if he's up in war mode, and you can also turn off war mode and check again because they are 2 different phases. So that's the 2 pets that you will normally try to farm daily on all your characters. Okay, let's go to number 4. Okay guys, so for number 4 on my list, I have something for all you blacksmiths that played in Legion. So if you have the Felcore Hound Harness, this is a great crafting to make because it sells really fast. People really like this mount. It's a green core hound. It goes with a lot of transmogs. The materials are pretty easy to find in the auction house. Even if you buy all of that from it, you will still make a profit. The only one that's annoying to farm is the Bloods of Sargeras. You normally find these in World Quest in the Legion zones, but if there's normally not enough to make a mount. So what do? There's a NPC here in the order halls. Every order hall has one that will exchange 5 Bloods of Sargeras for 5,000 order resources. So if you have a lot of order resources on your blacksmith, just go around, exchange them, and make them out. But if you don't, you can go around and do the world quests from Legion that give order resources. So every day just check around your map of Legion and check if there's any worthy order resources workers that you can do, especially the Argus ones, because those give a lot of, like, in the thousands of order resources. You can also do this in war mode, because depending on the bonus of war mode that we have, it will give you extra order resources. At the moment it's 25% extra order resources. And if you want to speed this up further, you can get a follower, and that's your bodyguard, and give him some of the old Legion equipments that give order resources. For example, I have this legendary one that gives 100, this epic one that gives 100, and this rare one that gives 50. So just give those to your follower, and you will get the base from the world quest or the resources. Then you will get 25% extra, and then on top of that you will get 250 extra order resources from your bodyguard. That way you can exchange it with this guy, and you get your lots of Sargeras, and then you can farm your easy mount. So this mount sells for about between 20 and 30k gold. I've seen it drop down to 20, but it normally goes back up to 30. So it's also a really fast selling mount, like I said before. I recommend you guys to do this as many times as possible every week. Just check out your Legion world quest map and do those order resources world quests. Okay guys, so let's go to number 3, and this one I like to call the Labs in Nazjatar. So this farm requires a bit more setup. You need first of all to get 150 tailoring and BFA. You will also need to get the tools of the trade of tailoring that will give you eventually the synchronous thread. This synchronous thread allows you to see yellow dots on the map, like here, like up here, and you just have to go down there and use the synchronous thread. Sometimes you will find a box of cloth. This cloth can be from any period of World of Warcraft. That means Burning Crusade, Vanilla, and you can get some rare cloths from it. So these rare cloths are really annoying to make, so so it has a decent price and people buy it to make transmogs. So what I normally do is just do laps around Nazjatar's border and find those yellow dots on the map and pick up any boxes that it gives you. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. But on average, every hour you will get about 40k gold in old world cloths. So that's basically number 3. It's pretty easy to do. Just go around, get your tools of the trade and tailoring, and do laps around Nazjatar. Okay, now let's go to number 2. Okay guys, so for number 2 things that I do to make gold is the Silas Potion of Prosperity Shuffle. So what do? Normally is you craft potions with the buff of Silas Potion of Prosperity. This is the alchemy tools of the trade. So to get the tools of the trade for alchemy, as for any other profession, you got to get to 150 skill on that profession, and you will get a small quest that will take you to some dungeons, and eventually you will be able to make this the tool of a trade. After you get this one is special because you need to get the proc from the item. So there's 4 things this tools of the trade can transform, and it has a cooldown of 1 hour. So the one that we're looking for is the Silas Potion of Prosperity. Whenever you get that proc, go to your auction house and look for Zenithit. So yeah, we found some Zenithit, and basically you want to check the price. And I did some math before this, and with about 200 Zenithit we can make 33 potions, like for example of Unbridled Fury. If we craft the 33 potions without the Silas Potion of Prosperity, we will actually lose gold. So what we want to do is get the proc of the Silas Potion of Prosperity. This increases our proc rate of potions by about 1.5. So doing some math, we get an average of 50 potions of Unbridled Fury with 200 Zenithit using the proc from the Silas Potion of Prosperity. And after deducting the price from the Zenithit and the procs of our potion, we get a profit of 800 gold, about 800 gold. So you can do this also with other potions that are really popular to make. So for example, the Abyssal Healing Potion is also really popular because people use it for all types of content, Mythic Plus and raiding. You can also do this with potions of Empowered Proximity. Just do a bit of math and see if you can actually turn a profit from this. Do the 1.5 calculation depending on how much Zenithit you're using. And well, those are the 3 potions I recommend doing. I wouldn't recommend doing it with flasks because sometimes you will lose a lot of gold, because Basically, ancherweed sells better alone without making it flasks, but I recommend just doing it with these potions. So you can do this every time you get a proc from your tools of the trade for alchemy. You turn out a small profit, but it's a profit anyways. So that's the number 2 way that I make my gold. So now let's go to the number 1 way that I make gold. Okay guys, so for the number 1 thing I do to make my gold, and this is the one that needs a bit of setup, but it's the most efficient way to make some gold, is the Precode Shuffle. So for this you will need three characters. One needs to be a blacksmith that has the platinum whetstone and the storm silver spurs available to make. Okay, so the next character is a demon hunter with decent gear. I recommend 420 or higher, and also has the tailoring tools of the trade with it. And the third one is an enchanter that has the tools of the trade as well. So let me explain why do we need the tools of the trade on the tailor and the enchanter. So on tailoring, tools of the trade makes it so you have a chance to get extra cloth that you normally wouldn't if you don't have it. It's pretty simple. And you need that your demon hunter get the most cloth out of the freehold runs that you're gonna solo. And the enchanter needs the tools of the trade because it makes it so whenever you disenchant something, you have a chance to get extra materials from them, so you can sell them for extra profit. Okay, so why are we making the platinum whetstone and the storm silver spurs? This is because they are the best follower equipments you can get, because they are pretty general. They help with any type of mission, because the platinum whetstone reduces the duration of the it increases the success chance of a mission by 10%, and the storm silver spurs reduces the duration of missions by 20%. So they are really useful on those long treasure map missions, so people are actually buying them. And as you can see, the price, for example, the storm silvers are going for a market value of 14k, and on my server they are going for 12k, and the platinum whetstone are going on my server for 17k, and I have people that have bought it at 17k, and the market value is 10k. So let me show you how this freehold farm works. Okay guys, so to start the freehold farming, first of all you want to set freehold to normal, so you do it on the easiest difficulty possible. It doesn't really matter what difficulty you do, you get the same materials. After that you want to copy this talent page so you can get the most survivability and also the most AoE damage you can to do this farm. You will get the active talent Fell Barrage. So Fell Barrage is a 1-minute cooldown that deals a lot of AoE burst damage. This is a channeled AoE damage, so you want to make sure you don't get interrupted by some of the trash that exists in Freehold. Other than that, you'll get a lot of passive leech from this build, and you will get the demonic talent. So when you use your IB, you will get your metamorphosis and a lot of leech for a few seconds. So after that, you want to get 2 specific Azeroth traits. The other ones don't really matter, but you need at least one of these, one of each of these. The first one is Eyes of Rage. This one makes it so you get more damage on your I-beam, and the important part, it reduces the cooldown of your I-beam for each soul you absorb by 0.7 seconds. This is really important because I-beam is a big part of your damage doing these freehold solo runs. So you want to get at least one of these, and if you can, stack 3 of these. Also, the other one that's really important to have is Chaotic Transformation. So Chaotic Transformation increases the damage of your Demon's Bite. That part doesn't really matter. The important part is that it resets the cooldown of your I-Beam and your Blade Dance. So you can gather a big packs of mobs in Freehold. You just use your I-Beam and Blade Dance, and then you use your Metamorphoses, and you get another I-Beam and another Blade Dance. This basically nukes any pack you can find in there. Okay, so another thing that's important to have in the freehold for doing these farms is the essence of the focusing iris. This is the mythic plus essence, and I recommend trying to get the rank 3 of this essence before you do this farm, but this can work also with the rank 1 or 2 of this of the essence. This is because there are some trash mobs in the freehold dungeon that can interrupt the rank 1 and 2 just by pulling you to them. but the rank 3 makes it so you can move while channeling this essence. But if you're careful, you can do this with the rank 1 or rank 2. It doesn't really impact that much if you're careful. So other essences that are nice to have are the Memory of the Lucid Dreams, because it adds a little bit um, of healing with its minor essence power. And basically I recommend having Conflict and Strife as another minor essence, but any other essence you have, you can put it as minor. The important one is the essence of the Focusing Iris. So another thing to do these runs easier is to get the enchantment siphoning on your weapons. This will add another 6% extra leech on top of your 10% you get from talent, so you will be having 16% leech to do these runs passively without metamorphosis. This is really nice whenever you have any downtime on your I-beam. Okay guys, so you can do a run of this every 8 minutes or lower depending on your gear, and you will get about 2400 tight spray linen and 200 deep sea satin per hour, as well as a bunch of greens and grays. Of the greens, you want to sell all the weapons and shields to a vendor, since they are worth more just vendoring them. And after this, you want to make all the tight spray linen bracers that you can with your tailor. You will get a bunch of blue quality ones. Those you want to sell to your enchanter that has tools of the trade, so he can disenchant them and have a chance to get Umbra shards and baled crystals. You will get about 10 to 15 baled crystals from this farm for an hour of farm, and about 80 to 90 Umbra shards. Also, you'll get some gloom dust. You can use those mats to craft enchantments if you have those at rank 3 to sell, or just sell the raw materials. Then you want to send all the green quality tight spray linen bracers and other greens to your blacksmith, in this case of the follower equipment, or any character that needs expulsum, and just scrap away. You can get about 50 to 60 expulsum this way per hour, and about 6k raw gold, a lot of enchanting mats, and all things considered about 60 to 70k gold if you're doing the follower equipment farm or crafts. After selling all the stuff in the auction house, and like I said before, all the things that I mentioned sell really fast and well, especially the blacksmith follower equipment I mentioned at the start of this part, since everyone needs them to progress further their characters. They help with treasure map missions, they help with the island expedition essence that's getting a really big buff next patch, and they will help a lot with the reputation missions for the new factions that are arriving on 8.3, since a lot of the high tier mythic raiders want to do them faster and get their rewards as fast and with higher success as possible. Also, there's no downside on doing this farm since it's instanced, so you don't have to compete with others for kills. Okay guys, that's the end of the video. I hope all these tips are useful to you, and if they are, leave a like and a subscribe. And well, I promise I won't disappear, and I will make more content, especially for the next patch. And as always, thanks for watching.